Just another day at the park, but this time with fast electric boats. Everybody wants to get on camera, so we got general mayhem going on behind me. Whoops, it beached it. Ouch!
Minor flesh wound.
We're James Hubbard, and he's got a pretty interesting scratch-built hovercraft here.
It's called the Griffin. I got the design off the internet. Made out of corrugated plastic. I just cut it out of a garbage bag and heated it together with a soldering iron.
See a little duct tape in there too.
Yeah, the duct tape, it's actually got 2 layers of tape to hold it to the hull. It used to be gas powered. I converted it just last night to come out here today.
So we got enough juice left to give us a demo?
Yeah, I think so. I can try here.
We're with Brandon Slotski here. He's got a couple of boats, and what can you tell me about the types of propellers that are used on these boats?
A lot of them are stainless steel, brass, or copper, beryllium copper props.
So a lifter prop would be one with a slightly...
The leading edge here would come out a lot farther for a lifter prop, which tends to give you a lot more top speed, whereas a regular prop will kind of come farther back that way to being straight across.
A little more square.
A little more square, and you usually get a little more acceleration that way.
And this boat looks to be a converted gas boat.
Yes, the exhaust used to come out right here. It was gas powered. Converted it to electric because I wanted to see it go faster. I did the more modern kind of motor mount style where it's just screws on the top for taking the motor out. It's a lot quicker and easier. Speed control would normally mount here and then put in more support in there with also the battery holders.
And what kind of speeds do you think you're getting out of it? Because obviously you want to go faster than a nitro boat.
Yeah, I've ran it on 6S so far, and it looked like I was doing about 50 miles an hour. On 8S, it would go even faster. And so if I did bigger motor, better batteries, and had it all dialed in, you probably could see 70 miles an hour out of this hull, no problem.
We've got trim tabs on the back of the boat here. What is the job of the trim tab?
The trim tab helps keep the front of the boat either wet or dry, they call it. Wet meaning the front of the boat and more in the water. Dry being it's a little more dry on the bottom of the hull. The hull is not on the water nearly as much. You run a little more dry, you can gain some more speed, but it gets more unstable. If you run it a little more wet, you get better cornering, more stability, but it is a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm. So it's a bit of a trade-off, and you have to find the best balance between the two.
Yeah.
What about the vertical fins that are on the end of the hull here? They're very extremely sharp.
Yes, those are sharp, so you get the least amount of drag possible, but they also help you in the corners, keeping the thing from the whole back of the boat sliding out almost like a drift.
So what have you got going on in this little Pro Boat Impulse?
This is the new Pro Boat Impulse, and normally it's got a 1800 kV brushless motor in there and a 60 amp speed control.
Doesn't look like it anymore.
No, I've put in the Castle Ice 240, so 4 times the amount of amperage for speed control, and a size up in motor that can handle higher voltage as well. Upgrading to these electronics here, you can put a lot more current through the whole system where you can put a bigger prop on and it'll turn it to its full potential and you get faster speeds just running same voltage as stock. So now I put a bigger propeller on there. Right now I'm running an Octura M445, so it's a couple millimeters bigger on both sides than the stock prop. We've got some more top speed and a much bigger rooster tail.
So all the boats are out of the water at Bunsen Lake today, and we hope you found something really interesting in all the chaos that we experienced today. Thanks for watching.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of RCTV. Next week's episode, we are going to be going to see Kawartha Marine Modelers. And a father and son are going to be doing some boat racing, some car racing, some boat racing, some car racing, and then one of my favorite old cartoons, the Green Lantern. I'll let you guys figure that one out. And Peter Ayosh, what are you doing? $28,000 jet? My car's not worth $28,000. Stick around, folks. Next week's going to be a great show. $28,000 jet. Why would he do this to me?
RCTV, your radio-controlled authority, has been brought to you in part by Eliminator RC, your one-stop hobby shop. RC Pit Stop, bringing the best of RC to BC. And John's Hobbies, Toronto's local hobby store.